Hi everybody, I'm Kim. Welcome to the Regretful Yarn Addict. Today is another stitch tutorial and we are going to be learning how to make this stitch, the mixed cluster stitch. What a great stitch this is. It makes a nice solid fabric and it's great for washcloths. You could make a blanket with it. You could incorporate it into a blanket with different stitches, and it is super easy. It is a bit of a yarn eater, so if you've got yarn that you just want to get rid of and make something pretty with, I would suggest this stitch. So let's go ahead and get started with it. Today I'm going to be using just some random 4-weight yarn I have, my trusty 5mm hook, and let's get this baby started. Start with a slip knot on your hook, and this is done in multiples of 2 plus 1. So 1, 2, 1, 2, all the way. I've done a multiple of 14 plus 1. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to make single crochet all the way across, and you always start in the second chain from the hook. This is the first one. We don't need that. This is the second. Can you see that? Here we have a loop on the hook. Never, ever, ever counts. There's the first one. There's the second. I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to go in the back bumps. So there's 1. And you just do this all the way across. You could start this with a Chinese foundation in an even number if you chose to. That would work just as well. See, I haven't been counting, but we should have 14 stitches. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that is what your first row looks like. Now our second row, we are going to chain 1, and then we are going to put a half double crochet into that very first stitch. Now, this is where we start our mixed clusters. So what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over, and then into the same stitch where we just made that half double, we're going to go in, grab our yarn, pull it up, and just like we're doing a double, we're going to go through 2, but we're going to stop. Then we're going to yarn over and back into that very same stitch. We're going to start another double and then stop halfway. So now we have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over. We are going to skip this next stitch, and we're going to go into this, the one after that. And we're going to go in, and just like we're doing a double, but stop, and another one into that same stitch, and then stop. Now we have 5 loops. We are going to yarn over, pull through all 5 loops, and chain 1. Now we're going to yarn over and into this same stitch where we just made those last 2, we're going to go in and do it again. A half a double. Well, I don't want to say half a double because I don't want you to get confused. We're going to start 2 double crochets but not finish them. Then we're going to yarn over. We are going to skip the next stitch, and into that following stitch, we're going to do it again. We're going to start a double and stop. And then we're going to go into that same stitch, start a double, and stop. And again, 5 loops, yarn over, pull through all, chain 1. And that's what we do. We just, into that same stitch where we just made those 2 last stitches, we're going to go in and we're going to start a double and stop. Then we're going into that same stitch, start a double, and stop. Yarn over, skip a stitch, and into that following, we are going to start a double and stop. And then into the same stitch, start a double and stop. 5 loops, pull through, chain 1. And that's what we're doing all the way. We're starting 2 doubles and stopping, and then we're skipping a stitch and going into the next one, and we're going to start 2 doubles and stop. 5 loops, pull through, chain 1. Skip. Start a double and stop, 5 loops, pull through, chain 1. Skip, go into that stitch, chain 1. We have 1 stitch left, and we're going to put a half double into that stitch. And this is what row 2 looks like. Let me pull you down just a little bit more. Okay, now we're going to chain 1, and we're going to put a single crochet into every stitch, and we should have the same number of stitches that we started out with on that first row. So I should have 14. Because we're going into every stitch. And do I have 14? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Chain 1, turn. Now if you don't want to chain 1 and then just put in a half double, you can chain 2. But we start off with a half double. Now we yarn over, and into that same stitch, we are going to start a double and stop. Yarn over, go in, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, skip a stitch, go into that next one, pull a loop through, yarn over, pull through 2, Yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, go through 2, 5, pull through, chain 1, and into that same stitch. Excuse me. We start 2, yarn over, skip 1, go into that next one, 5 loops, and there you have your third. Well, actually, that's row 4. And that's a repeat. 1 row of clusters, 1 row of single crochet. And you just keep doing that all the way until you have it as big as you want. So there you go. Beautiful stitch, really easy, goes fast after you get that first row done. So I hope you enjoyed this and that you either learned a new stitch or became reacquainted with an old friend. Remember, I do stitch tutorials on Saturdays, or some kind of a tutorial on Saturday. And I do Wednesday wrap-up every Wednesday where I talk about things I've made, things I'm in the process of making, things I want to make, and I just chit-chat. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.